And where could you find a follow-up system? A good where anybody have a suggestion?
AWeber, something like that.
AWeber,
I think does a pretty darn good job at doing something like that. So the book that we have for you right now, because you were so good to volunteer there, you get the sense when you give things away, people want to be engaged in what's going on. Yeah, well, that happens online too. Bob Regnerus, we just recorded a big interview with Bob. The best business card on the planet, creating a book.
Right.
So thank you very much. Yep.
Well then, just to recap, as we have just heard so correctly stated, those are the three things that we're always trying to achieve for our clients. How do you get found? We're creating this dominant online presence with tons of content. Video is just the magic right now. It gets pulled right to the front. Engage. Well, you can't get much more engaging than video that has moving pictures. There's a reason we like to go to the movies. It's a lot less work than reading. Reading might be better for your brain, but and then you got to follow up. You can't assume that just because you have an awesome webinar or something like that someone's going to buy your product or service on the first encounter with you. You need to build a relationship. You need some kind of mechanism to do that over time. So automated systems.
We're talking marketing because we're not videographers. We are people that use marketing. I'm going to use this building, and I'm going to assume, since I'm seeing it rounded right here, that this is a round building. You're going to see how this fits in what I do. I often get up and I draw a big circle. I'm going to use this building, this gorgeous building that AWeber is hosting us in right now. In your marketing, 95% of what you do in your business is probably the same for just about everybody who comes to you. 95%. But you need a separate doorway to invite people through so that they know what you do if you have a niche. I'm going to give you an example. When I was a photographer, professional photographer, before Dr. Mark and I started, I did bar mitzvahs, I did weddings, I did family portraits. So if I said to people, I'm a photographer, nobody paid attention. But if I said, I'm a wedding photographer, I'm a bar mitzvah photographer, you see how they understand? If I say to a bride, I am the best bar mitzvah photographer you've ever seen, what do you say to me, Cynthia?
Great, can you refer to a good wedding photographer?
See, she doesn't want to come through that doorway, right? She wants to have the one for the wedding photographer. So you can see that took at least 3 doorways here. This is an important lesson in niching. So think of the round building and the doorways. Now, is the message that you say the same to a 22-year-old bride getting married for the first time and a 57-year-old bride getting married for the 3rd time? We can clearly see that's very different, right? I'll use a personal example. My mother happens to be in the nursing wing of her retirement community. Thank God she got out of the hospital. If I want to communicate with my mother, 90 years old, I have to walk through the door to communicate with my mother. She doesn't email anymore. She's not comfortable on the phone anymore. If I want to communicate with my 30-year-old daughter who's pregnant, if my phone goes off and I race out of here, you'll know why. She's due any moment. I have to text her because if I email her, she may not get it for another day or 2. So not only does the message have to be niched, but how we deliver that message has to be niched. So when we're using different doorways, we need different video messages that are aimed at those doorways. So I'm not telling you can't have a lot of different doorways, but don't just have one. Have as many as you need to niche it down to the people that you want to attract to you.
Well, especially don't have one that's generic, because then you're invisible to everyone. Especially, if you ever noticed, online is kind of a noisy space. I mean, you've got to niche down and be a specialist. You create that one doorway, develop it, and then you can clone it and build another one. But we're going to have a little bit of fun here. One of the things, even in Charlie's presentation of the round building with many doors, there's a story element to it. If you want to create videos that engage people, one of the things that you have to make sure that you're doing in it is figuring out how to create a bit of a narrative arc and telling a story. So let's look at a little fun video here and check out the story.
We also talked about my video marketing minutes, and we put that out as an incentive for you to come. We're leading up to that because we're going to invite someone to be a part of one of these. Hi I don't know why so many of us forget this lesson. It's one that we're taught early on. Every toddler knows this lesson. When you fall down, get up. When you're creating your videos, they're ones and zeros. They're digital material. If it doesn't work, throw it out. They're ones and zeros. They're ones and zeros. Throw them away. They're ones and zeros. Throw them away. They're ones and zeros. Throw them away. I say, old chap, they're just ones and zeros. Throw them away if it doesn't work well. And everything else that happens in your business, it's the same way. If it doesn't work, start over again. If somebody has a negative opinion about what you're doing, either ignore it or do something different. You just say, as the child does, uh-oh, and get back up and keep moving. That's right, sweetheart. Get back up. Keep moving. If it doesn't work, start it over again. It's okay. You can throw it away. Just start over again if it doesn't work. Fall down, bump your head, and start over again. When you fall down, get up. Yeah, I think I like that one. Let's keep that one. Clearly, these are designed to tell you about what website. We really appreciate your attention. Thank you very much.